Hiya, it's Susan back again, obviously. It's the 27th of October 2024, and it's about 20 past 2 UK time. Um, I've come on, as you know, things just click with me, and I come on when I've got something to say. And I was a wee bit concerned the other day. I was watching a video on YouTube, and one of the questions afterwards was talking about malevolent energy and asking how they could protect themselves. And it occurred to me that with more and more people waking up and more people watching truthers and other awake people that are not necessarily highly for the best intention, um, broadcasting on social media and so on and so forth. And folk don't know how to protect themselves because they're new to this. They're just waking up now and they're watching these things, and perhaps they're not trusting their intuition on, because certainly when I started watching all these, there were some that I watched 2 or 3 times and then went, nah, no, I'm not happy with this, and haven't watched them again. And I know that these folks sometimes broadcast stuff that is important and useful, but because my gut went, no, then I just didn't go back to it. So I may well be missing out, but that's how I am. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that with more and more people actually waking up, they're also allowing themselves to be open to malevolent energy. And certainly I knew one psychic medium, toured the world, exceptional psychic medium, who swore that there was no malevolent energy, that anything coming in spiritually was for the good. Now, as you know, I'm no psychic ability, although I think I've got pretty good intuition. So maybe on that side, when I think to listen to it, because we're not always sure whether it's a thought or it's an intuitive feeling. Somebody did say that if it comes on you like that, it's intuitive. If it takes time to mull through, then it's you thinking. So anyway, um, I was hit by malevolent energy at one point. We were highly active in the Truther movement way back in 2020, 2021. And there was an episode, there was more than me affected, but I didn't know that until after the situation was understood. Um, and certainly after it had happened to me, and I was in my home, and in my home alone, middle of the afternoon, and I just started to cough, and I couldn't get a breath, and it was getting deeper and deeper and deeper, and I was coughing more and more and more, and I couldn't breathe. And it was actually this chair. I walked across the floor and collapsed into this chair and felt as if I was being thrown back. And there was actually like a tension here, and I was being thrown back against the chair. It's still not been able to get a breath, and there was no rehearsal of this, no previous knowledge, but in my head, it just went, "You're not getting me as well." And at that moment, it all stopped. The coughing stopped, the pressure on my throat stopped. I had to take a few deep breaths and so on, but it was all gone. And it has never happened to me since. So somehow or another, I was being protected, and the words were being put in my head to tell me what to do, to be strong enough to push off this bad energy that was affecting me. But the point I'm trying to make is that new people coming on and waking up now, and fortunately there's loads, them opening themselves up to the spiritual and psychic world without any knowledge of how to protect themselves. And I mean, the very basics of this, although I'm by no means an expert, and it should certainly take longer than this, and look into people who are experts on this, is to meditate deeply And imagine, this is for people who are new to this and have no other means. Hopefully you'll look into other means. Meditate deeply and ask your guides to protect you and to prevent anything but energy for your highest good from the divine to impact on you. And at that point, imagine white light coming from the universe, coming from source, and creating a bubble around you. Try and hold that bubble for as long as you can. And anytime you feel weird, get this bubble back up again. Um, that's a very basic thing, and some will suggest, at night, imagine a mirror on the outside of that so that it reflects anything that's not there for your highest good. Um, I knew a beautiful soul who owned a shop in Cornwall where I used to live, and she sold crystals and various other things. Again, she was highly psychic, did a lot of good worldwide with a group that she was involved with. And I remember walking into her shop one day and she said, "Susan, you're too open." She said, "You need to pull your energy in because you're leaving yourself open to pick up on energy at wherever you go, on other people who move close supermarkets, shopping centres, all of that type of thing." And I was sort of thrown by this because I never thought of myself. And I've read since, and I practice this when I feel the need, is to imagine myself, well, for me it's an owl. Imagine myself as an owl, and then when I go into a situation like shopping centres or railway stations, on trains, where I'm mingling with people that I'm not sure about, it's as if I imagine myself to be drawing my wings in around me. Um, and that helps me to picture this drawing in, and hopefully will help to protect. But it wasn't until she said, "Susan, you're way too open. You're allowing yourself to pick up um, on things." So I just felt it necessary for folk to understand that all energy is not good energy. I really admire people who can use their energy for healing and helping other people. Um, a fantastic gift, and I've certainly been helped by a number of people who are strong in that way, and I really appreciate it and admire the fact that they can do that. I unfortunately don't really have that, but hopefully what I've done today is put this out there, and those of you who in the know, remember to do it. Those of you who are not sure, practice it. And if you think that there's someone you know who needs it, this is the one time I will say, share my video, pass it on to somebody who you think could be doing with even just thinking about this. Although, as I say, my methods are maybe not the best. It's just a beginner's 101 to be aware that it's not all good out there, and to be aware of thinking about protecting yourself. Because as the bad get desperate, as they get pushed out and they get desperate, they're going to be coming on heavier and heavier. So we do need to think about keeping ourselves safe. Just as you would have a virus protector online, your Kaspersky or whatever, maybe even Norton, online to keep everything hunky-dory. Think about your own protection as well as you walk through your day, because one thing that we need everybody to do is to live, love, and most of all, be happy. So thanks very much for tuning in. I love the comments from people who are following this, and I'm thinking about setting up a Zoom where we can have a chat. But if anybody would like that, then pop in the comments, and we'll see about it maybe towards the end of the November or whatever. But anyway, thanks very much for tuning in. All the best. Be happy. Bye bye.